Good morning, students. Today we will read the concluding part of the poem Rabbi by Ezra. Stanza 27 of the poem begins as Fool all that is, at all, last ever, past recall. Earth changes, but thy soul and God stand sure. What entered into thee, that was, is, and shall be. Time's wheel runs back or stops, potter and clay endure. In this stanza, Rabbi tells us that our souls and God endure through time and change. In the previous stanza, Rabbi is talking about those people who believe in eat, drink, and be merry philosophy. He calls them as fool. At our last time, when we will recall our past, we will find that everything on earth has changed except our soul and God. These two things, soul and God, are eternal. They are permanent. What enters in human body is soul. Soul never dies. It was in past, it is in present, and it shall be in future also. Time's wheel runs back or stops. We will find that God, who is named as potter here, and soul, that is named as clay, in this stanza, are eternal. Rabbi wants to say that when we think about past time, we find God and soul there that are present now and that will also remain present in future. These two things are immortal. Next stanza. He fixed thee mid this dance of plastic circumstance. This present thou forsooth wouldest fain arrest. Machinery just meant to give thy soul its bent, try thee, and turn thee forth, sufficiently impressed. This stanza describes that time and change are the mechanism by which our souls are given chance to develop. God, as the divine potter, molds the clay of human spiritual nature on the spinning wheel of the world of time and transient matter. As here written, he fixed thee mid this dance of plastic circumstance. So he here refers to God, that God has fixed human body, human soul amid this dance of plastic circumstances. Here Rabbi says that God has kept human being in the conditions of life. Plastic circumstance means conditions of life. Man is easily trapped in this machinery of earthly life. He is happily ready to give his soul to these circumstances of life. But say him to try thee and turn thee forth, sufficiently impressed. So in this stanza we have seen that God has sent human soul on earth. तो यहाँ ये बताया गया है कि सोल और गॉड दो चीज़ें ऐसी है जो कि इटर्नल है, परमानेंट है, एंड गॉड हैज़ फिक्स्ड दी हेयर रेफर्स टू human body, human soul amid this dance of plastic circumstances. So in this earthly life, soul is sent by God. This is present, and this machinery of earthly life in which soul is fixed. So here Rabbi says, try thee and turn thee forth, and sufficiently impressed. So here Rabbi urges its audience to try this life, to achieve spiritual heights in this life. Stanza 29. What though the earlier grooves which ran the laughing loves around thy base no longer pause and press? What though about thy rim skull things in order grim grow out in graver mood, obey the sterner stress? In this stanza, Rabbi is talking about both young and old age. The earlier grooves refers to enjoyment of youth. During young age, a person is affected by God of love Cupid. Laughing love here refers to image of Cupid, who is god of love. Rabbi here wants to say that the enjoyments of youth are not permanent. He interrogates that whether these enjoyments will not stop or end. After youth, the old age will appear in graver mood, in serious mood. He appeals to obey the sterner stress of old age. Under the divine effect of the struggling and striving, humans ultimately get spiritual perfection. Thus, human life in youth, age, and death has a providential purpose of attaining spiritual perfection. Next stanza. Look not thou down, but up, to use of a cup. The festal board, lamb's flesh, and trumpets peal. The new wine's foaming flow. The master slips a glow. Thou, heaven's consummate cup, what needst thou with earth's wheel? Rabbi urges his audience to look up, not down. Here Rabbi is talking about a feast. The venue of this feasting is heavenly abode of God. That's why Rabbi says his audience that if they want to enjoy this feast, they should look up towards heaven. All the preparation of the feasting, such as the festal board, means dining board, dining table, lighting of lamps, music of trumpet that is placed on such occasions, are ready. The new wine is also forming flow. Rabbi asks his audience to become heaven's perfect cup that will be filled by this heavenly drink. Here Browning has used metaphorical language. The life of human is compared with cup. Rabbi says his audience to fill this cup of life with heavenly wine. In this earthly life, man can attain spiritual heights, and Rabbi inspires his audience to achieve it as he says, look not thou down, but up. Stanza 31. But I need now as then. Now refers to old age, then here refers to young age. But I need now as then thee, God, who moldest man, and since not even while the world was worst did I to the wheel of life, with shapes and colors rife, bound dizzily, mistake my end to slake thy thirst. Rabbi further says that he needs the help of God, who has made man. He says that it is not so that he needed the help of God during the stormy period of his youth, but he also needs his help now in his old age in order to fulfill God's expectations. He describes the journey of his life as he says that his wheel of life was moved with bad shapes and colors. He claims that young people have a spirit which helps them to see big dreams and aspirations. In order to make these dreams come true, young people become merciless towards everything and want to see the physical consequences of their actions immediately. On the contrary, when people grow old, they start to understand that the desires of the flesh are also a part of human needs and they are given to us by God. So he requests God to help him in his old age. According to Rabbi, old age is a golden period of one's life. It is because as people grow older, they understand the nature of God more accurately. This allows them to be closer to Him and accept the faults that they have in themselves. This realization helps people to embrace their faults and make better decisions in their life. Now last stanza, stanza 32. So take and use thy work. Amend what flaws may lurk, what stain of the stub, what trapping past the aim. My times be in thy hand, Perfect the cup as planned. Let age approve of youth, and death complete the same. Rabbi asked God to make amendment if there are any hidden weaknesses in him. He surrenders himself in God's hand. He approves that God is planning perfectly. He wants to say that the cup of human life planned by God is perfect. The earlier stanza describes that time and change are the mechanism by which our souls are given chance to develop. These ideas are expanded here in this final stanza, which ends with the notable line, let age approve of youth, and death complete the same. Towards the end, Rabbi concludes his observation by stating that all human beings are a part of bigger whole, big complete. When they are never able to see it as one. Even people are not able to see this complete whole. He says that as people mature in age, they start to develop a realization of this whole, which brings them closer to God. This completeness, this wholeness in them brings them to God. When a person is young, they have bigger dreams, but old age teaches people to be satisfied with what the world is offering and be grateful to God as everything we have is His gift to us. So, Browning's Rabbi Ben Ezra is known for its philosophical ideas and complexity. The basic philosophy of the Rabbi is paradoxical, which he explains with the help of an evaluation of the merits and demerits of youth and old age. On the one hand, he claims that human beings are a small part of a bigger idea and human life is nothing but a small step in the journey of the soul. Contrary to this idea, he says that as people grow old, they become wiser and learn to accept the world as it is, which implies that human struggles are not of much consequence in the long run. The most important lesson that we learn in old age is that we can know nothing and never truly transcend ourselves. By accepting this limitation, we learn to be content and patient as we near death, which is not an end but a realize to a greater sphere where our soul may continue to grow. The Rabbi embraces body and soul, youth and age, death and life, pain and joy, all the while recognizing that the contradictions are the goal. They are beyond our comprehension, and by accepting that, we find true serenity. Thank you.